Hi and welcome. It's Tuesday night. And right? Yeah, it's Tuesday. I had to stop and double check that. Hi, Maureen. Maureen is here from Kansas. And Linda. Oh, Linda, my Michigander friend. Did you like that? Oh, hi, Lisa. And Lee is here from Indiana. Hi, Joey. Cactus Deb is joining us from Glendale, Arizona. Hello, Beverly Kramer. It's so good to see you. Oh, yeah, you liked it, eh, Linda? Thank you. A very dear friend made that for me, and it's a good intro, I think. Ina's back from Queensland, back from the oh no, you're in Queensland, back from the holiday. Good morning, Ina. So good to have you here. Tonight, we've got some fun stuff for you. We have four different templates, and we're going to get started with the first one right after we say hi to Debbie, who's in Bloomington, Illinois. You pictured me in my cowgirl boots. Hey, oh, that's funny. Evelyn, hi from New Haven. Carlos here from Oklahoma City. Welcome. Oh gosh, we have so much fun tonight planned. Going to go ahead and paste the link in here for the first template we're going to do, and that is Circles on Quilts Spinning Wheel 23. When I was playing with these this afternoon, something really came to light with Spinning Wheel 23. It's a big design. It's a really big design, guys. And it's a big template, too. And here it is. If I can get it out. It's a big Hershey's Kiss. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, anyway, I was sort of thinking to myself, you know, if this design is anything like they say it is right here, you'll see it's a great outer ring. So what I'm going to do tonight is I am going to do this design and the next design, spinning wheel 24, on the inside to show you that we don't have to always just do one template. We can combine them. And this one could be combined with a spin effects. It could be combined with free motion quilting. It could be combined with any number of our templates. So there we go. We've got this on a pin because that's the way it's going to work. Hi, Kathy. Kathy's joining us from Long Island tonight. So good to see you. And when we look at this, what we're going to notice is the pin is way down here. Okay. And it does have a needle channel, and it does have etched lines to follow. We're going to do this with the 16 reference points, but we're not going to be able to go all the way around with the first pass. So we're going to take a couple passes to get around it. And again, I want you to see just how big this is. And again, I think it's a great opportunity to put something right in the center here. Now, as far as stitching, this is really easy. We're going to go from A to B, and we're going to twist our template. That's it. Easy. As long as we know A and B, we should be good. Now, the outside of this design is going to be 11.5 inches. So that's a pretty good size. Rita, good morning. So good to see you. Always good to see you. Okay, so here we go. going to go ahead, put that needle down. I'm going to shed a shoe as it's just easier that way. And we're going to start stitching. I'm going to take that first stitch in place. And this is a very easy template to stitch. I would have absolutely no trepidation of giving it to a beginner and saying, practice this one, because it's just smooth curves. Take the hesitation stitch up at the top, and then we're going to come back down. And other than going across the bottom, we're making our Hershey kiss. And we're going to, what? Hi, Lois. And good morning, Meryl. Good to see you from Brisbane. Okay, here we go. Look at how many lines we move over. This is line number 1, 2, 3, and we don't stop until we get to 4. So this is going to be one that we're going to go around and around and around and around, but that's okay. There we go. I'm gonna put a little bit of juice into the machine here so I'm not stitching one template all night for you. And as I said, I would absolutely have no issue putting a beginner on here. And 1, 2, 3, 4 again. There we go. Now, if I was filming this, guys, I would be able to speed up the video for you. But since I am just stitching it live, Ken says live. Oh, yes, Ken. He says I could always stitch faster. For me, this is pretty fast. Now, when you come here, you might want to, if you want to move it around like I'm doing, you want to make sure that your needle is down. That's so important. And yes, for those of you who know me, you know I'm stitching fast. Okay, all the way around, 4 spots. And we're going to look at this at each of these because it's just so cool. But what's going to happen is this particular one is we are not going to close this design on our first time around. Okay. And what I mean by that is you'll see here's where we started with A, here's where we ended with B. And if we come here, we're not closing this design. So what we need to do is keep on going. Donna, hi, good to see you. What, Ken? Ken says keep trucking. Okay, I'll keep trucking. And line yourself up. There we go. Now you'll notice I put 16. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that, Ken. Could you ask that again? No. No, 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 no. Yes, you can be the stitch regulator. There are some machines that do have stitch regulators, and you can use them with templates with a stitch regulator. However, and I've used a stitch regulator before. Personally, I like the old-fashioned way, but that's me. I like old things. That's why I married Ken. Anyway, just kidding, honey. He's heard me say that before. Now, stitch regulators are great if you're accustomed to them. I did have an event where I was able to try one, and I felt like I was all thumbs with it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Just because I hadn't practiced with it or played with it, it was my first time trying it, and I yeah, Ken just said that for the 50s vintage singer, the stitch regulator is the user. And that's true. And I find this particular singer very easy to control the stitch length, but it has a lot to do with the fact that I've been doing it for a long time too. When I first started out, my stitches were all over the place. I mean, I didn't want anyone to see them at all. But with a little bit of practice, it came rather quickly that I was able to make decent stitches and keep them relatively even. And if I made a mistake, I tore it out and corrected it. That's all. So it's not hard to do, not at all. Okay, here we go. Again, we're not closing this yet, are we? I think we've got one more rotation to get on this little guy, and then we will have it all done. And yes, I am stitching very quickly for me. This is a fun one, guys. It's fun because it's easy, it's quick, and it allows you so many different, you can do so many different things with it. It reminds me of a crown of thorns. Just what it does. It's not bad. It's just a very pretty design. And all you have to remember is start at A, stop at B. That's it. And we're going to close up this design here very shortly. You have template opportunities here. You have opportunities to use Inktense pencils or fabric paints if you'd like. You could even use some hand stitching in here. And that's something that I've been kind of playing with lately and getting more and more excited about it. Um, Combining the template work with some hand stitching. There's just so many cool things you could do. And you'll be seeing some of that coming from me in the future. Okay, almost there, guys. Almost. There we go. This could be the last one. I'm not sure, but I think it might. And it is. It definitely is. Now, how do you know we're going to close this up? Because this stitch, which started at A 2 rotations ago or 2 rounds ago, is where our B is now. So this will be the last rotation. And down around that curve. Oh, I love it. It's perfect. There we go. Let's pull this out and let's take a look at it. And there we go. What do you think? Now that is a piece of work, if I say so myself. Hi, Kathy. So good to see you. And Elizabeth is here. Okay, let me see who else is here. Who have I missed? Erin is here. Sandra, hi. It's so good to see you. It's been forever. My goodness, I hope you're doing well. Okay, Kenneth's filling everybody in. Donna, yes. This foot for the slant shank machine is on the So Steady website now. Okay, so it is available. Okay, so yeah, it really is fun. It is. So now that we've got the spinning wheels number 23, did I tell you this guy is a big template, isn't it? But as you can see, it's not a difficult template to use at all. It's kind of fun and good beginner template. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to Monica, hi. Monica's here from Durand, Illinois. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the link in here for the next template. And that template is spinning wheels number 24, of course. We just did 23. Let's do 24. Now, 23 is an 11 and a half inch. Okay, that's from here to here. But we have this great expanse in the center of it. So while I was playing with these today, I pulled this one out and it's 5.5 inches, guys. 5.5 inches. How cool. We can put number 24 inside of number 23 and actually make a design with it, right? Now, this also is done on 16 rotations. So these are going to be both pretty busy designs, but they're going to complement each other. And that's what's really important, making sure that everything we do complements the next thing that we do, or at least doesn't make it look ugly. It's kind of like me and my sister standing together. I'd prefer she stand away from me because she makes me look ugly. Just kidding. It's just a joke. But anyway, we want to make sure that we're complimenting. And I think this one does because we've got the spiky thorns here, and this is going to be more oval. So Mary Lou's here from Western New York. Ken, did you see Mary Lou's here? He didn't want to interrupt. Wow, that's a first. No, just kidding. Okay. One of these days he's going to get mad at me. Oh, let's start at A and go to B. I love these spinning wheels. They're so easy. A, B, that's it. As long as we know those first two letters of the alphabet, we're golden. Okay, one stitch in place. And look at how beautiful that is. Now you may notice one of the, whoops, I got off a little bit. There we go. Stop at B. What you may notice is when we put our template on, it's slanted. It's not a straight up and down template like we are accustomed to. It's okay. It's going to be fine. So now we're just going to go ahead and we're going to twist that template right here. We have an etched line. That etched line is going to show us that we are in the right place. So here we go, A to B again. And this was going to look a little weird because I was looking away, and you know what happens when I look away. I always mess up when I look away, don't I? Okay, here we go. You guys got a good line of sight. I can slow down a little bit. We're not going to go over time. I was worried that first one was going to take me forever. Actually didn't take as long as I anticipated. I was doing it this afternoon, and when I was doing it, I was busy talking with somebody. So, of course, that slows down the progress a little bit. Okay, here we go. The other thing I really, really like about a design like this, if you have a four-patch or a pinwheel or something with a lot of seam allowance right in the center of the block, we're missing it. We are not stitching over that center where all of that heavy, heavy stitching is, and it just makes life a lot easier. And speaking of stitching, I know I haven't mentioned this in a while, but I like to occasionally because, I had a mother who used to nag on me all the time about these sort of things. So, of course, I get to pass it on. Don't forget to change your needle. Okay. Changing your needle is good for your machine. Needles are cheap, repairs are expensive. And I know that the standard that everyone will tell you in the industry is every 8 hours, change your needle. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I change mine almost every day, but I stitch probably close to, if not more than 8 hours per day. I do a lot of stitching. And you can buy needles in bulk. That's the way I buy them. I buy them in bulk, and they're not all that expensive when you buy them that way. It's a little bit of a um, investment, but once the investment is made, in the long run, it runs cheaper. So definitely want to go ahead and do that. And for those of you who have older machines like me, I vacuum it out every morning and oil it. Make sure. Yep, Ken just said that the 301 does take maintenance. And it's not a big deal. It's not like you have to move all your furniture and scrub your floors. Okay. To me, that's a big deal. But to take a little, I got a little vacuum. I don't even remember where I got it, but it's just a little vacuum. And I'm telling you, that thing is so good at cleaning the dust and the lint out that I don't have to take things apart on a daily basis. Yeah, Ken said even the new machines get plugged up, and they do. And that's what one of the other reasons it's really important to bring your machine in for yearly service. Even though we don't oil them, the service man does. So, there's reasons you want to take it in, get a yearly cleaning and a yearly checkup for it. Ken calls it a spa day. Oh, I like that. So you bring your machine in, and since you can't sew that day, you go to the spa. Both you and your machine get a spa day. What do you think of that, Ken? Yeah, if it works, do it. Definitely. A little bit of maintenance goes a really long way with these machines, especially the old ones. The reason that our machines are made with, what is it, Teflon gears? Is because nylon or Teflon is because we women got lazy and we didn't want to oil and clean up our machines. So they came up with something So we wouldn't have to do that. But if you're lucky enough to have one of these Singer 301s or a featherweight, they are not difficult to maintain. They definitely are not. I am going to come out weird on this one. How come? Okay, because that's because I'm talking too much. He's probably right. Yeah, look at here. I don't know why I did that. Oh, I see here I'm yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It is a 16 rotation, but I messed up the rotation someplace. But you get the idea. Okay. Um, I think it was right here that I did it too. But isn't that nice to be able to put two different templates together and make a design that's unique? And that's exactly what it is, unique. There we go. Get that out of there. There we go. Pretend that doesn't exist, guys. Oh, okay. Debbie. Oh, Mary Lou. Okay, I saw that you came in. Debbie says her friend and I also call it spa day. One of my machines is in for her spa day right now. I get it. I get it, Debbie. Definitely. Lisa likes this design. I think this is pretty. Yeah, Sandra is here. I haven't seen Sandra in quite a while. Yep. I hope your mom. Oh no. Mom had shoulder replacement and she's getting better. And I'm so sorry for the loss of your aunt, Sandra. I'm so sorry. We need to catch up. Yeah, Mary Lou just got hers back from spa day. Okay, let's see what else we have here for you. This was Circles on Quilts number 24, 5.5 inch. And the Circles on Quilts number 23 is the 11.5 inch. They fit beautiful together. They really do. Okay, we're done with that one for now. And we're going to pull another one out. I'm kind of like a magician, have another one hiding, waiting for me. Now, this again is one of those designs that you could put something in the center. And I might just grab a Spinifex or something and do it because I do believe we're going to have time for that. All right, so let's take a look at this guy. This guy again, we do not line up our reference lines in the center of the template. We are lining them up on the side where it says A. We're going to go from A all the way around to B, and then we're going to twist our template. And this is 11.5 inches. It does give us a lot of really nice etchings to follow also. Okay, find my little tack again. And here's a picture of what it looks like. These are continuous circular patterns. And again, I believe that we can put something in the center of this one. And we should have time to do that. Yes. Sandra, I would love to have you in a class. You are so sweet and so nice. There, got a little bit of there we go. Okay, so this is line, reference line number 1. Whoops. Sorry, guys, I just dropped something. Do you find that odd? Oh, okay, let's try this again. Reference line number 1. The dashed line is the center of our template. So basically, what we're doing here is we are going from A over to B. A is on reference line 1, B is on reference line 2. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to twist the template, and then we're going to go from 2 to 3, 3 to 4, etc., etc. Okay, so let's get her lined up. And now this is a little bit of my problem there is I've got everything shoved up so close I can't move easily. There you still have a good view here. All right. Down at 1. Here we go, guys. Um, if I had to pick templates for beginners, this one would be on the list. Hit that one hesitation stitch here, and then come on up and stop at B. Needle down. You always want to try and remember to stop with your needle down. If you have a modern machine, you have a needle down, needle up, needle down function. So of course that's easy to do. Now, what I want to show you is here's my stitching, and it falls right underneath the etched line, which is exactly where we want it. Okay, there we go. Oh, I'm so much more comfortable at this speed. Hesitation stitch. I go this way. There we go. And now we're coming back and all the way up, and we're going to stop at reference line 3. And twist our template. We're going to go from 3 to 4. Right. Huh? Yeah, it is off just a tad. That's not a problem. We can fix that. Okay. So we're going to smoosh just a little bit there. There we go. And there, back to where I need to be. This one is not as rounded. It's got more peaks in it than the last one that we used. These blocks I cut at 15 inches, 15-inch squares. Yep. The reason being is it gives me 3 squares across a width of fabric, 15, 30, 45. Sometimes I need to cut them larger, but I find that this works best for this application. Oh, you're welcome anytime. Not a problem. It just made the most sense to me. I wanted to save as much fabric as I could when I was cutting practice squares. Because if, as you probably have guessed, I go through quite a few of these. Okay, there we go. I'm very lucky to have a daughter who comes over and helps me make them because it can get to be pretty boring. Oh, there we go. Remember not to push your foot against the template or your template against the foot. Keep your hands somewhat relaxed. And the same with your shoulders. You don't want to walk downstairs or upstairs or any back into any room all hunched up. That's not fun. Um, if you practice at keeping yourself unstressed, keeping your muscles unstressed while you're doing this, I think for me it's a lot more pleasant. One, it doesn't make the fabric harder to turn. If I'm pushing down on this sandwich with my template and I push down hard enough, nothing moves. Nothing wants to move, guys. It's just, it turns into a struggle between wills. You know, is the fabric going to stay there or is it going to move? And by keeping it nice and relaxed, you can more easily move the fabric on top of the slider. That's why we have the sliders. They allow us to move things more freely. Don't forget to polish it. I think that's probably just as important as cleaning and oiling your machine, because if it's not freshly polished when you go to work on it, things are going to stick. They're not going to move nice and smoothly. And we want nice and smooth movements. Okay. And I did try a couple of things today. They weren't successful, but you know what? That's okay. Along with failures come successes, and along with successes come failures. And I was trying to do some of these without the pin. And yeah, trust me, use the pin. Oh, goodness. One of them, it was just such a mess. And I thought to myself, okay, you learned a lesson here. But you know what? That's how we also come up with some really great designs. So don't be afraid to get that paper and pencil out. And I use the back of my template fuse when I cut it for projects. I keep that release paper and I actually put it under my cutting board, and it's always ready for me when I need some. The other thing that I like to do when I'm practicing with pen and paper is I like to draw my what happened there? My line might be off a little bit. Yeah. Um, I like to draw the lines, if it's 16 reference lines, 8 reference lines, whatever I need. I like to use a small Sharpie for that because when I'm making mistakes or changing my mind about how I want to do things, it doesn't erase off. I do always use pencil with my stitching line discs, and that I can take off easily and make alterations. So that's the way that I do it. The template fuse is, I think it's 14 or 15 inches wide. So it is a nice size to use. It really is. Okay, one more and we are done with the outside of this one. And here it is, guys. With that one hesitation stitch, you won't be sorry. And there we go. Oh, perfect. I'm gonna make one more stitch in there. And here we've got it. Oh, ta-da! There we go. Pretty, isn't it? And it's big. And you don't have to go through the center. Isn't that awesome? Those are the best ways to do it, aren't they? You know what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull out a spin effects. Which one do I want? Oh, I know the one I want. I just have to be able to find it, right? There it is. Joey is a she. Okay. Yep. I get that. I get that because yeah, I understand what she's saying. Like I said, I did use a stitch regulator once and it was on a Janome. Beautiful machine. Absolutely gorgeous machine. What size is this? 5.5. Do we have a 4.5 in this? 3.5. Well, let's just do the 3.5 then. Okay. What you kicking about, Ken? Yeah, it's a good thing to have. It really is. I get that. Okay, we do have time for this. Actually, I'm going to take the pin out. 'Cause I want to do this the other way. I'm going to do it this way. There we go. Again, this was spinning wheel number 25. Okay, so did I? Nope. We need to put the link for 25 in here. There we go. We'll get that link going here. And I'm just going to show you what you can do here. I'm not going to do the whole 16 reference lines. I'm just going to, we'll see how many we do. Don't have to do a lot. Now, if you had a large amount of seam allowances coming here in the center, you can still use your tack on your spinifex as well. And then you don't add a lot of thread in the center, which it seems to be the one thing that everybody tries to avoid, and it's understandable. This is Spinifex 11. I love this template. Okay. When I'm doing Spinifex, I like to go from side to side. Okay, that thread out there. Oh, it is? What's that? It's worse. Oh, okay. I was gonna there's a delay. I understand that. And this is just 4 rotations. We'll do 8. Six. There we got 6. And here's number 7. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do 8 rotations here. I don't think we need any more than 8. Ken says it would be too busy, and I agree with him. Okay. Isn't that nice? I like that, guys. I really do. I'm going to pull you up a little bit here so you can see better. There we go. What do you think? Yeah, it is nice. It is. Donna loves it. And Monica says it's pretty. Linda says so nice. Very pretty. Wow. Okay, you guys are liking this. We don't talk a lot about combining templates, but we really should. We should think more about it. Now, if I wanted to get really fancy here, I could take um, one of the arcs and come around here with it, which would kind of separate it, but it would also give a little fill right here. Or if you wanted to, Anne is wonderful at free motion quilting. You could actually fill this in with some free motion, echo the Spinifex 11, then fill the rest in. We have so many options and alternatives and opportunities to try everything, and anything that's different, go for it. You could definitely template this part of it and then maybe these little football shapes. There's a whole lot of opportunity there. And it's fun. It's just so much fun. I like doing the whole cloth quilts because it gives me the opportunity to do things that I wouldn't otherwise get to do. The last one that I did was my favorite so far. I'm not gonna lie about that. It definitely is my favorite so far. And I'm sure that I can come up with another one. I don't know if I ever gonna make one nicer than that though. Oh, we'll see. Okay, so this is our last one tonight, and this is Spinning Wheel 26. Now, you can tell mine is old because I have a gate. This is a 7.5-inch template. This again is done on 16 rotations. I find most of these are done on 16 rotations. And a lot of them, and I believe this one, if I am correct, and I may not be, you have to go all 16 rotations in order to close up the design. Okay, there we go. Easy peasy. We have etched lines to keep us busy. What kind of threw me on this one, there's no center line. There's no etched center line on this one. So we're going to do the best we can by lining this up, following the pin and up here. There's a couple things we could do. One is if Ken had his pocket knife on him, we can etch our own line. Do you have your pocket knife? Okay. Would you get it out for me, please? Okay. I'm going to show you how, and I've done this on templates before, guys. I have. So it will not hurt them. You're absolutely right. It will not hurt them. So let's get a piece of black paper out here because it's easier to see when I do it on black paper. And the edge line should go on the back. Thanks, honey. Should go on the back of the template. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a guide to keep my ruler at a straight angle. Okay, there we go. Nice and straight. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to etch this. And I'm going to etch the bottom. I've done this before. I imagine I'll do it again. And yes, I keep a pocket knife in my bag. Yeah, scratch all the work. Let's see if I got it deep enough, dark enough. Well, it could be better, but yeah, yeah, it'll be okay. I'm just gonna do, the bottom one needed to be done a little better. Now, if you are afraid to take a knife and etch it in there, which some people are, you can also take a vis-a-vis marker. The vis-a-vis is a water erasable marker that will not come off on your fabric. Perfect. We got it this time. Okay. Thank you, Kim. I know I make him nervous when I ask for his jackknives. But now we have a clear direction. Okay. So here's my reference line number one. We're going to start at A, come up around to B. Okay. And then we're going to rotate our template. And there's my etched line. Isn't that cool? Okay, now I need to readjust here because I had pulled it up before. There we go. Good job. I remember. I love it when I remember. Let's see if there's any. Well, Ronnie, my friend, hello. I am so glad that you made it. Mhm. It's got some puppies that are, they know what time it is. Yeah, you're exactly right. They do. Okay, gonna do it up this way. Here we go. Everybody wants to take a trip outside. Okay, hesitation stitch up here. It looks like a gas flame, doesn't it? Or a fireplace flame. Okay, now we're going to turn it. There we go. So we've gone from reference line 1, we skip 2, we skip 3, and stop at 4. That's very similar to what we did for the first one, if you recall. Hesitation stitch, and all the way around. And we're going to stop with our needle down. Easier said than done sometimes. Okay, 1, 2, and there's our third line. And around we go. Now, again, if I remember correctly, this 1, 2, 3, this does not close the first time around. So you can't just make one rotation or one circle of rotations and have it work, which is fine. It's just the nature of this type of template. It's okay, you know? Every rotation you put in here is going to make it prettier and prettier. Again, I would give this to a beginner. No worries. And you can see where we're away from each other here. So now our template is going to come to the center before we get to the next full rotation. So this is line number 16. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Hesitate, and around we go. Needle down. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We should place bets on whether we can get it to do that or not. Oh, just kidding. Betting is not a good thing to do. And I noticed that all of my stitching is staying perfectly under the etched lines, which is where we want it. Right here, you can see it's there. 1, 2, and there's number 3. Now this one, again, you could put um, a small spinifex in the center, or some other type of small template. You could also come out. This is only 7.5 inches. So you could take the 11.5 inch, for example, the first one that we did, which is this one here, and you could put that on the outside of this to complete a look that is, again, layered. Don't forget, layering is good. Layering is awesome. Combining templates is phenomenal. Paper is cheap. And the old Ticonderogas don't cost much either, you know. And like I said, I like to draw my grid or draw my rotation lines in a sharp, fine tip Sharpie, so that when I erase the lines that I put in because it doesn't work or I don't like it or something, it at least my reference lines are all stay intact. And I can use that paper several times. The other thing I like to do is rather than just rely on the pencils, erasers, which are usually not very good, I just go ahead and buy those big old white erasers, and they last a pretty long time, and they're just not that expensive. You know, you could get the kind that goes on top of the pencil. I feel like I'm pretty rich when I have one of those. Uh, okay, so this is starting our third wave around here, and this is the final one. And around we go. We're almost done, guys. It goes kind of fast, doesn't it? Okay, and this is, I believe, the last one. The way that I know it's the last one is because it will close right there on B perfectly. Oh, I love it when it comes together like that. Okay, and some scissors here. Now, for any of you who are sunflower fans, is this the greatest looking sunflower ever? I love it. I love it. Charlene, I think that taking this and putting cross hatching in there, especially curved cross hatching, would be the greatest way to finish this off and make it a beautiful big sunflower. So let me go ahead and put the link for this one in here. And there we go. And then we'll check for comments and stuff. And we'll talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do Paisley, the Paisley, Westerly Paisley. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm thinking that's going to be a lot of fun. And here is one of the other ones that we did today and one of the other ones that we did today. We really had a busy day today. We had some fun though. Elizabeth is so right. She said, I could see that in a yellow variegated thread. You're absolutely right, Elizabeth. And then using a brown thread for the cross hatching in the center, I think would look really pretty too. And we definitely would have ourselves a sunflower. Oh, you guys. Hey, I want to thank you for being here. Ask you to like, subscribe, and share. I don't think they make those little bells anymore. So, but I guess there is a way to be notified when we come on. So that would be appreciated as well. Lee says, I really like this one. It's so pretty. It is. It really is. And this one, again, every one of these is beginner friendly. It really is. So don't be afraid of these guys. You just have so many opportunities. Oh, Linda said the bell is still there. Okay, great. If you hit the bell, then it'll tell you when we're going to be on next. And that's always a good thing. I want to again thank you for being here, sharing your time with me. I know how precious time is, so it really does mean a lot to me that you're here sharing some of yours with me. I thoroughly enjoy it. I can't say enough wonderful things about you guys. You offer me so much grace and so much leeway, especially when I make mistakes. But unfortunately, that's part of being human. So I'll live with it, I guess. Tomorrow morning, we're doing Paisley's. And if there's no questions, we're going to say good night now. And until we meet again, let's quilt.